What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today, we're going to be doing the disassembly and maintenance for my CJRB Ekko. Let's get into it. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually just cheat again today because I don't have the time to take the mat down out and break down my table. So I'm going to bring out my tool roll from NAFS, the burrito tool roll, and we're going to use that for the disassembly. My hope is that the pivot is not captive on one side and that I can get into this from the pocket clip side, because that's the side the spring's on, and I have found for me personally that's the easiest way to take these apart. I'm going to check the hardware real quick. Should be T8 in the pivot and T6 everywhere else. Come on, CJRB, let's upgrade this and make everything T8. Let's check real quick. Ooh, that is the button. I'm glad I put it. I do that on purpose when I'm picking the knife up, making sure that the edge is really close to the mat, which is why it's so far away from the camera. Nope. Damn. So we're going to have to take this apart from the button side, and then I'll just flip the pivot when we get in there. Hardware is steel. That is the nice thing about the magnets on here, is they double as somewhere for you to put your hardware. Now that we have that out, and actually, yeah, let's take everything apart first. Let's go ahead and grab our, oops, that is another T8, Jorge. Let's see here, that is a T6. I really don't need to take that. I do need to take that off because I need to get underneath the scale, which is where the button is going to be. All right, so I'm going to set these against the other magnet. We'll take this T6 out. We'll put this over here with the pocket clip. And then what we'll do is we'll take the button and push the button in, and we'll slide the pivot out. Not quite long enough. I need something just a little bit longer. There we go. The pivot is out. We're going to flip that pivot here in a second. But the reason I do this is so that I can get access to the spring and make it really, really easy to get to. The spring has fallen out. What I'm going to do while everything is apart is I'm going to try to negotiate this into... That's okay. That's okay. Let's go ahead and finish. We're going to do the rest of the disassembly. So you can see it is a little dirty, a little gloomy. But while we have it apart, I did bring the skiff tool out here because I want to measure this for you all, because I have a feeling it looks really thin. I think these are going to be the thinner style, the newer thinner style bearings that you're seeing out there a lot. So this should be the 5mm 1/16 if I had to guess. So there it is, 5mm. Yep, 1/16 ball. So these are the thinner bearings. And as you can see, they are ceramic bearings on nylon, which is not bad. It's not a bad setup at all, especially for the money. These work really well. They feel nice and smooth. I personally am not going to put skiffs on here. I'm just going to clean them up. We're going to install, actually, let me make sure I cleaned the pivot. I don't think I did. Sorry, my voice is still a little messed up from my sinus infection that I had a couple weeks ago. I haven't fully recovered. Yeah. Actually, the D-shaped pivot is D-shaped on both sides. Okay, that's really nice. I like that. Good design aesthetic. Okay, we'll go ahead and stick the stop pin back in. And we're going to clean the knife, which has a ton of grease on it, but it is dirty. So we're going to clean that. And then what we're going to do, since they did lube where the button rides against it, I am going to, because I didn't have any button sticks, so I am going to lube that spot where it's tracking back. So let me clean these off. I use Hops gun oil. Feel free to use whatever oil suits your fancy. Another thing that I'm going to do, did I get everything? No, I did not get the other side. There we go. And it is already starting to track, the ball track on the steel liner. So I just wanted to share that. I'm going to move this stand off. I don't think it's a lanyard pin. I'm going to move that stand off to the other side because it's going to make reassembly really easy. So go ahead and grab your oil now. This is linked down below. I put my Hops gun oil in here because I like the pin shape on it. It makes it nice for storage. So that's why I have that in there like I do. So what I'm going to do now that I have oil already coming out, I'm just going to put it on the finger. And then I'm just going to work the oil in, and then I'm going to put a little bit, holy crap. That's my complaint about this pen, is that it comes out really fast when you go to open it because you got to squeeze it to take the top off. So let me put everything back. Excuse me. Oh, this is a lanyard. Oh, I didn't even notice this. I did not even notice that. The lanyard pin on there has a through hole on it. All right, let me finish. I'm going to flip this over and get it on both sides really well. There we go. Drop that down on there. And then what we'll do now, oh, everything fell back out again. We'll drop. Come on. There it is. Drop some on there for the pivot. And then you do not need to lube this, but because everything keeps falling out, to kind of keep it in place, just a little bit of lube acts like a little bit of a tack. So it may help keep things in place, but you don't need that. It's not necessary to have that there. Struggling. The struggle is real. Let me move my mic down too, because I've now moved down to where I can see underneath the camera. Damn. Big hand problems. Big hand problems. All right. There we go. We should be good to go now. All right. Now we're going to put the button. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put more lube on the track, the button lock track. And I am going to dab it to try to keep it from being too excessive. All right. Now, go ahead and set the button back in there and drop everything back in place. And then what you'll want to do next is go ahead and lube up your last bearing. Why can't I pick this up? Come on now. Oh my gosh, it's so thin. I can't really get it off the material. Go ahead and lube this up. Reinstall, and then you can take your liner and just drop it down on top of everything. Then take your spring, and I always just a little bit grab out by the edges just to keep everything nice and strong, and just give it a little tug, not too much, and then reinstall that. That's just, you know, over time I think it's going to compress a little bit and fall out a little bit. This has got a ton of lube on there, and I don't really think that it's necessary. You know, I said this was G10 in the review, but it's actually full carbon fiber. Wow. You see how it's got the fibers down in there? And obviously that's the back side. This is a full carbon fiber scale. So I'm going to have to, I don't have that video posted yet. I'll just have to put in the video that when I did the disassembly is when I saw that it actually was full carbon fiber scales. So yay for that. Now that I flipped the pivot, this will be easier for disassembly and reassembly next time. I forgot to switch to the 8. It doesn't take much pressure to reinstall these. All right, apologies. I'm in the garage and my wife came home, so I had to stop for a second. So as I was saying, this will make reassembly or disassembly in future really easy because everything will be on this side, so it'll be easier to take everything apart. What is happening here? Why are you giving me such a hard time? There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna grab, just to keep the scale from feeling like it's pushing up, I'm gonna grab the loose T6. And CJRB, if anybody is watching, this is why it would be so much easier for reassembly. You don't have to change the bits out. I do have another driver, but it's not like this in this roll. So there you go. Everything's back together. Before we put the pocket clip on, I'm going to check the action and the centering. So I am dead center. What's happening here? I think my... Okay. I was like, what's happening? It felt really tight at first, but it's okay now. Oh, and no blade play. Might be a little tight in the pivot. Let's check that pivot. Having to switch out the bits again, CJRB. Come on now. They came a little too loose, too fast. There we go. Yeah. Oh, no pocket clip to hold on to for that front flipper. Nice and tight. Okay. And we're still centered, right? Yep, dead center. Okay, let's grab the T6, put it back together, and that'll be the disassembly and maintenance for the CJRB Ekko. Did I call it the Ekko at the beginning? Gosh, now I got myself wondering if I called this something different, because I feel like just then, I almost said Feldspar, which there is a button lock Feldspar out there, but this is not it. Okay. Wasn't catching it first, if you were wondering what was happening there. Okay. Yeah, stretching that spring out, it did have a little bit of a, I can feel the difference in the detent a little bit, or the detent a little bit. But anyway, there you go. That is the full maintenance and discovery that these are full carbon fiber scales, and you're rocking a 5mm 1/16 ball pivot if you're interested in the skips for your Ekko. Love this knife. I hope this video helped anyone out there that was looking to maintenance and take care of their Ekko. Really awesome little knife. Shout out and thank you to everyone out there that is liking, subscribed, and leaving comments on the videos. I appreciate the love and the support. I hope all of you have a fantastic week, and until next time, peace.